Hello everyone and welcome to the, as you can see, Nations Cup Test Season 24 Round 5 here at Monza, a track I've never raced at before, and in fact at the end of qualifying I'd only done 16 laps, and believe it or not, actually on my final lap I was on for pole, except I got to slow down. Really frustrating. I didn't even pit either, I just carried on doing laps to get the practice in for this circuit. So I'm starting 5th and I need to make the top 24 Superstars 4th place. 4th place is all I need to make the top 24 Superstars for Test Season 24. So let's see what happens in this race. I've never used the Mustang either, so another interesting car. I was straight on the pace, weirdly. I mean, literally, I think on my 3rd lap of Monza, I was in the top 10. And my potential was just like way high. So obviously Monza, I've raced in other games, project cars and stuff. Seems to have just gone straight into Gran Turismo, and I seem to be able to nail it, which is good. Means we can have a good race, and we have the potential of making this top 24 Superstars for round 6. So here we go at Monza as we get ready. We obviously have this bit of a delay at the start. Got Matty in front of us, then Dennis, Matu and Cuba Tom on pole. Cuba Tom in the Corvette, believe it or not. So potentially I should have driven that, but who knows. Here we go, we start the race. Obviously slipstream fest down the start finish straight as we head towards the first corner. Obviously we have a train of cars all vying for slipstream, going for this slipstream, and you just got to be careful in the braking zone, of course, because the Constantina effect really brings the cars together. If you look at the radar in a second, you probably see some. There you go, look at all those arrows appear out of nowhere. Got to be very careful at this point. Through we go, no contact there, that's brilliant. So now we can feel a bit safer. There's contact behind, there's penalties already flashing as we continue on. I think this is the first time I'd seen the penalty thing. Oh no, I'd seen it in the manufacturers as well, I think. There was a patch during this period of Test Season 24, and I can't remember exactly where it was. Even so, we head towards the chicane. As you can see, I've got cones up. The cones actually help if you don't know a track. So they're well worth having on, except when stuff like that happens and a cone ends up in the middle of the track, because then it slows you down. Even so, you can see Dennis there was defending from Matty there. Matty in the SLS, another probably muscle car. We've yet to test both these cars in the BOP test, but they are going to come after I return off holiday. Of course, I'm on holiday at the moment. This is a scheduled release. So if you've got any comments in this video, about this video, leave them down below and I will answer them when I get back off holiday. Even so, we continue on. We're not worrying about fuel here either. We've got Beloff behind us. I'm not really worried about Beloff at the moment because we're all in slipstream, so it's all sort of the same. It's only Cuba Tom that really has to worry, but he's breaking away a little bit from Matu there. Through Scari we go, and then onto this straight as we head towards Parabolica. Matty running a little bit wide there. I'm surprised Matty didn't get a penalty there, because usually if you run really wide there you do get a penalty, but we continue on all the same towards the Parabolica at the end of this first lap. So again, I'm just braking slightly earlier to avoid any initial Constantina effect and contact. I'll just brake at half or 3/4, not necessarily the full amount. Look how close Matty is. Matty obviously needs to run up to these Mustangs because I think the Mustang is slightly faster on the straights. As you can see now, Matty pulls out, has to come back in, goes to the other side against Dennis now, and I'm catching all the time because Dennis doesn't have a slipstream of Matu, and I've got both these slipstreams that I can potentially look at. But I don't think about the move at this point because it would have been dangerous as I come into a Constantina effect. So I just have to slam on, and then I get hit from behind, which hits Beloff. We all end up with a bloody 4-second penalty. That's a problem with the penalty system right there, because basically Dennis sort of stopped on the corner, like completely stopped. So Matty slams on, I slam on, Beloff makes contact. We all sort of hit each other. We all get a 4-second penalty. Really stupid, that. But even so, we continue racing, and look at that, Dennis didn't get a penalty out of all of that. But we continue racing all the same. As we come to, that's my 1 and 2. That's obviously a problem with the penalty system in that sort of sense, but everybody's got a penalty now except Dennis, so we can still race on. I'm not particularly worried. We can still get this 4th place because Matty's got a penalty. I'm assuming Matty's got the same penalty as I've got. Continue on, as I say. This is what, lap 18 that I've ever done at Monza on GT Sports, so we're not doing too bad in this lobby because there's quite a few fast guys in here. Obviously Beloff's behind us, Beloff at the Nürburgring 24-hour event as well. But through we go, and the left-hander, and you just see Matty gets a good run on Dennis again as we head towards the Parabolica. And I am looking to make way here because I can see Matu and Cuba Tom making way in the distance. If we can get past Dennis, who is really holding everybody up at the moment, then we potentially could even get further up the grid. Obviously the higher we finish, the better chances with the top 24, but I know a guaranteed 4th would definitely make sure that I get in there, just due to the other points earlier in the season. I think I won I've won both of the other races, but they were quite boring, which is why I've not shown them. Especially the first round. The first round was completely boring. But even so, we continue racing. As you see, Matty and Dennis. I just have to back off there. I did think about going 3 wide, but then I thought, well, sort of went against it really, because that may have resulted in contact. And as I say, I race clean and fair in all situations. I don't like racing in really crappy moves and stuff like that. I mean, we saw one last time, no, 2 races ago, 3 races, I can't remember how many races ago, where the Aston Martin was weaving all over the place. It's just rubbish. Even so, we continue racing, so Matty just brakes a bit early there to avoid hitting Dennis. Into this second chicane we go. Could have gone for the move earlier on, but we've always got another lap. We're only a quarter of the way through the race. Into Lesmo 1 we go. Just making sure we clip that curb on the inside, being careful of the exits. You go into the gravel, it'll pull you all the way in. We've just got to worry a little bit about Beloff behind, but we can keep looking forward at the moment because we have got some pace in this car, and we can push on. And we're not really worried about fuel and tyre wear. Yes, we can short shift. We've got slipstream. See, I did short shift a little bit there, just to save that little bit of fuel to maybe jump in the pit stops. Again, you know, the possibilities are there. So through here we go. Scary. It's a very tricky corner, this, especially this last part, because the car likes to slide on the exit. It's very tricky. Actually, I just checked the fuel there. Plenty of fuel in. Again, obviously, I'm thinking of strategy as well, because you potentially can undercut, you can overcut, especially if someone's slowing us up like Dennis is here, because tyre wear isn't significant on this track because it's a lot of straights. Obviously, it's all about power. As we exit the Parabolica again for the 3rd time. Heading towards the line, we've got a good run here on Matty, so we're going to keep winning this slipstream, but look at this now, we're gaining. Go to the left, we're following Dennis here. We're going to have the slipstream on Dennis as well. Is this going to be an unbelievable Lewis Hamilton move? Look at this, we managed to get Matty, we brake at just a bit later than Dennis, into the corner we go. We've made 2 positions on one straight into 3rd position. We need 4th, we've got 3rd. Here we go, we can pull away now as we continue out of the chicane. So Matty got ahead of Dennis as well, so Matty followed me through there. Not sure whether he let off a little bit to get me in front, I'm not sure, as we head towards the chicane. Now look at the radar. That's all I'm going to say. Yes, that happened. So Dennis, for whatever reason, no idea why, but apparently he's got a history of this, absolutely slammed into me. I thought it was a good move on that last lap. Slams into me, I go firing off, and then I think, okay, I can carry on around the chicane. Surely the game would register that. It registers it, I do it, and it resets me. So I lose out the most out of everybody. Dennis got a 10-second penalty, apparently. But later on, you see he doesn't have any. He managed to get rid of it somehow. So I am peed off at this point. I am properly pissed, because I've literally gone from making top 24 superstars to not making it because somebody can't drive fairly and honestly. And then when I asked after the race, because I spoke to Beloff as well, Beloff said, like, you know, he's done this before. And then I spoke to a few other guys again who said he's done it before. Really, if you have such a reputation like that, I think you should be able to submit videos to PD, Gran Turismo, and say, how is this guy got an S-rated safety rating? He's just punting people off no tomorrow. So as I say, I was pissed off at this point. So now I'm thinking about strategy even more, because now I've got to make up more positions. I can still see them in the distance, so there's potential there of me gaining positions. So I'm trying to be positive, but obviously I'm a bit frustrated at this point, because I should be in 3rd position. As you see, they're there. You just see Dennis, then Matty, then Beloff. It's Doffra. We nearly hit ads there. We just managed to pull out of that at the very last second as we continue out that first chicane. Apart from the fact that we got wiped out, I thought that was a bloody good move. The fact we got 2 people, we broke in time, we didn't outbrake ourselves, which is so common at Monza. And bear in mind, we've hardly raced this track. That was lap number 20 of, like, the entire time Monza's been in this game. That's my 20th lap. So I thought that was a pretty solid move into that first corner, and it just got ruined by, I won't say my actual thoughts in my head, but I was so pissed off. It was unbelievable. But even so, we've got a group of cars here, and we're now thinking, how can we get past Ads? How can we get past Callum? How can we get past Doffra? And really try and start to work our way back up towards Matty, Dennis and Beloff. because then the potential of 4th is still on if we can do that. So into here we go, and then through Ascari again. And then into the left, you just see Ads makes a little bit of a mistake there. Into the gravel he goes, just giving room to come back on. I go to the left-hand side as we continue on. So I'm going to get that position up to 8th position now. A few more positions to make to get back up to where we need to be as we come towards the Parabolica. And I'm thinking at this point of pitting, going for the undercut, because these guys are slowing me down a little bit. If I can do the undercut, get better tyres, perhaps do an absolutely outstanding outlap, I can actually make some places doing that as we come into the pit. So let's fast forward this. Tyres go on, fuel goes in. I can't remember if I short fill or not on this one. No, I overfill for some reason, not sure why. But we leave the pit, and really frustratingly, we come out in another pack. It's unbelievable how we've come out in this pack. So I was hoping to get ahead of these two. I could have gone for the outbraking manoeuvre there, but I didn't. So I gave way for that position because I was coming out the pit. Again, I race fair. I don't race like an absolute prick. You know, fair game. I'll race clean, fair. I'll battle hard where possible, but I will race fair. As we continue around Curva Grande and head towards the second chicane, I am thinking, how can I get past these guys really fast, because they're going to hold me up on this lap, and I really need an outstanding outlap to jump some people here. So into the chicane we go. And yeah, we're just being held up at this point. I have no idea where I can overtake him in Lesmo 1 and 2 without him making a mistake, perhaps putting a rear wheel onto the grass on the left hand side, entering Lesmo 2. Perhaps we could gain a position, but he doesn't do that. Through we go. Again, look at the speeds. Just make a little mistake ourselves there, trying to keep the momentum high. We're trying to push so hard to get past this guy. As we head towards Ascari now, I've got a run on him a little bit, so I go to the inside. I've got to make this move stick. So I try and go for the outbraking manoeuvre. It works perfectly. Through we go. Get that position. And now we're going to work hard to get towards the... not sure what flag that is up front, but he makes a mistake there. The exit of Ascari. It's very dangerous. Now we're going to catch up to BFM Lin. Apologies for the pronunciation there. But as we head towards the Parabolica, this outlap has not been the greatest. It's not what we wanted, because we really need to jump people. As you can see, Doffra's in the pits. Ads is in the pits. Cuba Tom must have pit. Oh no, Cuba Tom's been in the pits. He's out again already. Obviously, we got punted off, so that's why we've not come out where we wanted to. But as you can see, people are leaving the pits here. So we've jumped Cobra. In fact, Cobra might have been behind us, but we are about to jump Doffra into the first corner. But we don't jump Callum, and Callum was where we were sort of looking at. So Doffra lost a huge amount in the pits there. So I'm assuming Callum underfilled, but I'm not 100%. I assume he did, because we've lost out to Callum by, what, a good 6 tenths there. But even so, you know, we'll come out in 7th place. We're going to advance a little bit further ahead now. And so a lap later, 2 laps later, we've got a gap to Doffra. And we're not really catching Callum at the moment. We've gained a little bit, but not too much. But we are up on this lap as we come through Ascari again. Round we go. You just see that. Oh, hey! Make a bit of a mistake there. But Dennis has made a mistake there as well, so we're going to go for the overtake of Dennis, thankfully. See you later, you twit. And we continue on to the Parabolica, and in we go. So fortunately we've gained another position, so we're not that far off. We can see 5th place, we can see 4th place, but it's going to be bloody hard to get up to 4th place to try and make this top 24 Superstars race. And it literally was 4th place, we got it. So even so, continue racing. We're going to have to defend from Dennis at this point, so we stay to the right hand side. We be fair here, and he goes to the left, and then into the braking zone we go. So we keep that position. Ooh, just lose the rear a little bit. He did go for the cutback, but that didn't work because we both lost the rear. Continue on, and I think there might have been a slight bit of contact with Doffra there. I'm not sure if Doffra was flashing or not. But as we head towards the chicane, he's got a bit of a run on me. Again, I play fair even if other people don't. So coming into this braking zone, he's got a bit of a run on me. He's tried to outbrake me here. I broke myself there a little bit, but through we go. He just manages to get past me, so I'm going to come in behind. I've got to think of a way to get past Dennis now. As you can see, he's got another penalty, and he's given me a penalty as well. As we continue on, as he just runs slightly wide there at the exit of Lesmo 2, so we're going back past him, and that was close to running us off the track there. And we continue on. Doffra right behind us now as well. We know Doffra can race clean, so we continue on. towards Ascari, and coming into the braking zone. We just outbrake Doffra there. In we go. We're trying to pull away now from Doffra. The minute we can get away, the minute we can push towards Callum, but we've not got many laps to go. 3 and a bit laps to go as we exit Ascari. We have gained a little bit from Doffra, but Doffra's going to have to slipstream, and we've got no one to help us with the slipstream as we head towards the Parabolica once again. In we go. Change to 4th gear. Now I use 4th gear for stability. I know a lot of people are using 3rd, but 4th there was very little in it in terms of speed, so I went with the stability and it was fine. As you see, Doffra's going to have an absolute mega run on me here now. Slipstream all the way down the straight, so I'm going to stay to the right. Doffra on the left hand side as we head towards the braking zone, and look at this, Dennis just goes for a complete dive bomb. I can't do anything here, so he hits me, but fortunately the game obviously decided it was sick of him and spanning rounds, so yeah, screw you. So we continue on. I like, it looks like, where do I go at that point? Doffra's on my left. If I move left, I tap his rear under braking. Very dangerous. I'm not sure what he wanted to accomplish there, because he outbroke himself completely and pushed me nearly off the circuit. I mean, you know, those moves are just terrible. He needs to get cleaner. But even so, we continue on. This is lap number 11, and we're now under pressure from ads. And Doffra has just managed to gap us a little bit because of that incident earlier on. But we're still in the slipstream window, thankfully. Not as strong as what ads is getting, but at least we're getting some and not 0. Something is better than nothing as we continue round this corner, leaving the Parabolica as we head towards the line once again to start the final lap. The final lap now starting. We're going to defend from ads. Ads is obviously going to try and go for the move on the left hand side as we head towards the first corner. And look at that, side by side into the braking zone we go. He manages to do it, but I think he's outbroke himself a little bit. He just stays on the track, cuts it a little bit. I've just got to back off a little bit there just to let him go. Fortunately, I didn't touch him, and fortunately, I didn't get a penalty. So, you know, that's how you drive safe. Yes, he outbroke himself a little bit, but even so, in the grand scheme of it, you know, no penalty given. He made a very opportunistic move, you know, outbreaking himself a little bit, but we race fair. Ads is a fair racer, so it's all good. So into the chicane, we're going to think of a way to get past ads. We've got 1 lap older tyres, so we're going to struggle a little bit in the corners to keep up because less grip, obviously. But in here we go. Slipstream can give us an advantage, but he's pulling away at this point. We're really struggling on our tyres because we've really pushed ourselves to the limit here. As we continue on out of Lesmo 2 and head towards Ascari for the last time. As you can see ads there on the right hand side. Cobra catching us up as well because of our tyres into the braking zone. We nail that perfectly. Look, we're getting close to ads. Ads loses the rear a little bit there. As we leave Ascari, I just have a bit of an issue. Oh, if we'd have nailed that, then we could have got very close to ads as we continue on towards the Parabolica. Are we going to be able to make this move at the Parabolica? Into the braking zone we go. Oh, we're getting very close, but I think we've just outbroke ourselves a little bit. Ads has nailed this, I think. We nearly run too wide there at the Parabolica, but we just managed to keep it on circuit as we head towards the line. We've got 0.1 laps of fuel. It probably go down to 0.0. We're just trying to stop our penalty. Did it last? Cobra overtook both of us. That was unfortunate, but even so, we did try and knock that penalty off. Didn't quite work out, but even so, I hope you enjoyed that video. Obviously, it was a bit annoying with the finish, but thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.